Hi, I'm Terry Sanchez and welcome to Eric's Sport 21-day challenge. So we're going to be doing 100 heavy swings a day for 21 days. It sounds crazy, but really we're going to break it down and make it possible for everybody, I hope, to participate, do it at their own rhythm. So we've got 5 key exercises with the clubs. Most of them are done with 2 hands on the club, so you're going to be able to handle a heavier club than what you usually use for single club work with 1 hand. Although 2 of the exercises are done with 1 hand or assisted, going from 2 to 1 and back to 2. So it's going to be a lot of fun exercises, challenging for the coordination as well. Now, to keep in with the tradition of what they've been doing in India for centuries, we're going to add push-ups into the mix. Now, I can really hear some of you, oh, push-ups, I can't do them. Well, we've got a variation, so everybody should be able to keep up with the program and do one or the other variation. If you're worried about doing the same thing for 21 days, it's going to be boring, well, relax. We've built in what's called variability into the program. So we're going to be doing the same, but slightly different each day. As always, the main key points for safety are the space check, so you want to make sure you've got room to swing right above, behind you, out to the sides without hitting anything or anybody, right? Then you want to check your gear if you're using the Palavendal or the Palavendal XL or whatever you've got at home. Make sure everything is screwed up properly and tight and it's not going to fly out of your hands. Right, if you haven't done so yet, change into comfortable clothes to train with, barefoot if possible, and I'll see you in a jiffy. So let's look at the push-ups. You're going to do a set of push-ups before each club exercise, okay? So we're going to do them off bricks, as the way they do it in India, right? In Iran, they use a Sheena board. If you've got a Sheena board, you are welcome to use it. This allows a bit more of range of motion, okay? The bricks also elevate your hands and they release some of the pressure off the finger compared if you got the hand fully flat on the ground, okay? But the main thing is that they elevate your shoulders slightly, makes it a bit easier to come into the top position of the push-up. So, basic demonstration. Your hands are roughly shoulder width apart, same for your feet. This is the top position. So I've got an alignment from my wrist, shoulder to hip, right? Don't worry about keeping straight legs or trying to push the heel into the ground. The main thing is that alignment of the upper back here, right? You're still going to get a stretch through the hamstrings. From here, you're going to dive through and come to the bottom position where the ears are away from the shoulders, okay? And pull yourself back into the top position, okay? Now, if your elbows are a bit cranky, the best thing is to sink straight down, as if we were doing a normal push-up. Then push through and come to the top position. So every time you reset, drop down and so on. If you can't really do a push-up, well, you can either switch between the 2 positions, yeah, so the arms remain straight, or you're going to go into a 3-point position, so you got the knees into the ground, right, 3 points of contact, come to the bottom position here, get the knees off the ground, back to 2 points of contact, push through, and up, and then 3 points of contact. So these are the possibilities that you can use to do the push-ups. Club exercise number 1 is called a clockwork squat. We're going to swing the club in front of the body from side to side, catch it on the shoulder, and squat. So the basic variation is like this, 2 hands on the club, swing across. So we come to the guard position, the side guard, right? I'm going to put the club on the meaty part of the shoulder, squat down. I'm looking at my hands, yeah? And then bring the club back to the guard, swing across to the other side, and squat. Boom. Okay, this works fine. What you can do now is try to work on the timing. So you want to catch the club on the shoulder at the same time you're in the bottom of your squat. Yeah? So from here, I'm simply going to boom, catch it like this. As the club becomes weightless and I'm lifting it up, I'm dropping under and catching it into my squat. Okay? Now to switch hands, it's simply a matter of letting the hands glide and swapping like this, okay? And then, of course, you're gonna repeat the exercise on the other side with the other grip and do as many reps. Okay? So let's have a bit of a look from the side view. So from here, the club swings in front of the body. I drop, I catch, I stand up, let the club fall, and I catch on the other side. Now, the key point for this exercise is, of course, that we want to maintain a neutral spine. If I start to round, or you feel that you're caving in, or that your solar plexus is looking down to the ground, yeah, you're in the wrong position. You might have to stop your squat higher up. So, again, you have to listen to your body and find your squat stance that works for you. Now, for me, it's roughly around shoulder width apart with the toes slightly out. And that sort of like allows me to open my hips and drop down. Yeah? But it's a bit different for everybody according to your bone structure. So try to figure out what works out for you. So that was the clockwork squat. Exercise number 2, we've got a swing between the leg. We're going to catch and press the club right in front of us. Okay? So, our swing is going to start here. Maintain a neutral spine. Yeah? Notice that I've got a bend in my knees and a bend at my hips as well. From here, I swing the club back, just as if I were doing a kettlebell swing. And I'm going to catch the club into the guard position. Go down, extend the arms in front of me, roughly around shoulder level. Again, you go to the depth that suits you. Bring back the club as you stand up. Okay, if that works great, what you do now is you work again on the timing. So now it's going to be a faster drop under the club. So swing, at the same time, I want to catch in that bottom position with the arms straight. Okay? So swing, pull, extend as you sit down. And then when you're ready to switch hands, again, it's just a matter of removing the top hand, let the bottom hand slide up and regrip. And then, of course, you carry on. Yeah? So that's the swing to squat flag press, a complex name, but it's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is a pivoting squat. So here we're going to do a full swing with 2 hands on the club when we're facing forward, and then as the club is going to swing in front of the body, we're going to step and turn and catch the club onto the shoulder. So have a look. My start position is here, yeah? 2 hands on the club. I'm going to start by doing a back circle, pull down across to the other side, yeah? So I started here, I finish on the other foot, I let the club swing in front of the body. At the same time, I pivot forward and catch the club on the shoulder. So I'm going to try that again, nice and slow. My back circle, the club is pointing out to the side. Boom, I pull it, let it swing in front of the body, step and pivot, catch into the squat. Then I'm going to swing back and swing in the other direction and pivot to my left. Now I'm going to try to show you a back view. Okay, and again, when you're ready to switch grips, boom, there you are, and you can carry on. Okay, so that's exercise number 3, the pivoting squat. Exercise number 4, we're going to switch grips on every rep. It's going to start with an assisted back circle into a B squat or a hunter squat into a torch press. So let's have a look at the starting position. Right hand on the club towards the bottom of the handle. The other hand is just holding onto the body of the club, and I'm going to use that arm to assist the throw where I regrip and pull the club down in front of the body with 2 hands. Okay, so let's have a back view. A lift, it's going to be a throw, regrip, catch and pull down. Now, if you observe from this side, you can see my right hand is on the right side of the body, okay? As I regrip and pull down, I'm pulling down towards the left side of my body. And this is very important to remember when we're doing back circles, okay? Now, we're going to do it now, what we're going to do, is that as we pull that club down towards the ground, towards the left foot in this instance, I'm going to slightly pivot 45 degrees, yeah? So my body is squared up here, my feet are pointing forward. As I grab and pull, I turn slightly 45 degrees. Now my back foot is only resting on the forefoot, okay? So the toes, the heel is off the ground. And I'm gonna descend into my B squat, okay? This is also called the hunter squat or the sniper squat sometimes. Basically, I'm sitting on my haunches, my butt is in contact with the heel of my foot for extra support, okay? And from here, I'm going to press into my torch. So imagine you got a cup of hot coffee on the club, stabilize, keep it steady. Right, I'm gonna get up, and to switch sides, the hand that's lowest is gonna come off and grip the club on the other side. Now you can see that my hand is high up. As I'm doing my throw, I'm gonna have to, for the first, have faith that I can regrip. I'm gonna have to let that hand glide. So I'm making space for the regrip, and I'm gonna pull down into the other side. Yeah? So the hand that is lowest is the one we put on the body of the club and use to assist the launch. Let's have a look from the back. So right now my right hand is on the bottom of the handle. I just let the club rest in the palm. I'm gonna lift it here to demonstrate, but really you gotta remember that it's a throw, okay? So here, the hand is gliding towards the hand of the club. The club starts to swing, I regrip with 2 hands. Boom, I pull down. So the timing is that I'm in the bottom of my hunter squat, B squat, at the same time as I receive the club. And from here, I'll lift my cup of coffee. Yeah, the hand on the bottom grabs the club. And so on. So you need to practice this exercise a little bit. And that was exercise number 4. Exercise number 5 is also a hand-to-hand exercise. We're going to switch hands on every repetition. Okay? So it consists of a 2-hand front flag press. Okay? Boom, there we are. When you start this exercise, you want to try to keep your feet directly under your hips. So we're not standing wide as if we're going to do a squat, because we're going to do a reverse lunge. Okay? So, right hand here, I press. As I pull the club towards me, I step back with the right. So if I got the right hand on the bottom of the club, yeah, I step back with the right. And I come to this kneeling position. So roughly I should have 90 degrees on both knees, okay? Now here I'm gonna let go of the top hand. I'm gonna do my back circle. and pull. Now, you've got two options on this exercise. In India, they don't really bother about switching the grips, so they are always symmetrical. They would just regrip with the top hand, and usually this would be used for the weaker arm, okay? So you've got the stronger arm working with the longest leverage, and the weaker arm working with the shortest leverage. Now, it's really up to you how you want to do the exercise, okay? But I like to release and regrip, yeah? So I've got the symmetrical grip, the press, and now this time, left hand at the bottom, left foot stepping back. And from here, I got my back circle. So I switch before I stand up and press. Okay, and I'm going to show you a back view. So the press, step back, the back circle, the switch. You notice I'm keeping a slow, deliberate tempo on the back circle. No need to rush it. So again, you probably need to practice this exercise to get tip-top ready for the 100 heavy swings a day. And that was our exercise number 5.